What if I told you that a man who lived nearly 2,000 years ago saw the very thing that's tearing us apart today, not just predicted it vaguely, but wrote about it in chilling detail? While the world scrolls endlessly, drowning in noise, confusion, and anxiety, Marcus Aurelius warned us. This isn't just history. It's a wake-up call. Because the problem he described is the exact one you're facing right now, even if you don't realize it yet. He called it the distraction of the mind, a subtle decay, not of the body, but of the soul. He was an emperor, a warrior, and a philosopher. And in the quiet pages of his journal, never meant for the world to read, he left behind warnings that read like a blueprint of our modern collapse: social media addiction, overthinking, fear of judgment, the obsession with what others are doing and not what we're becoming. Sounds familiar? Let's break this down. 1. The distraction of the mind. In Meditations, Marcus writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Now think about your last 24 hours. How much of it did you actually control? Every ping, every notification, every scroll. You were reacting, not acting. Aurelius saw this coming. He said that the greatest tragedy wasn't death, but living as if you were never truly alive. The modern mind is constantly pulled in 100 directions. We call it multitasking. He called it madness. And here's the thing nobody wants to admit. You can feel busy and still be wasting your life. Most of us don't even know what we truly want anymore, because we've been programmed to want what others show us. Aurelius would have called this mental slavery. Think about it. You wake up, scroll for dopamine, go to work, chase someone else's dream, get home, distract yourself until bed. Repeat. Marcus saw this cycle and warned that a man who lets his soul be controlled by outside forces is not truly free. The tragedy? Most people won't break this cycle until life forces them to. 2. The enemy within. Here's where it gets eerie. Marcus writes, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul. But today, the soul isn't quiet. It's noisy. It compares itself to others. It doubts. It gets lost in headlines, trends, and temporary opinions." Aurelius said the enemy wasn't out there. It was in here, in the mind that chases pleasure, validation, and fear. Sound familiar? He believed that true peace comes not from comfort, but from clarity. A life governed by reason, purpose, and principle. Let's talk about the voice inside your head. Aurelius understood that this voice can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. And in today's world, that voice is often filled with doubt, shame, and distraction. Not because you're broken, but because you're surrounded by noise 24/7. He wrote, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts." So ask yourself, what color is your mind lately? Is it calm, focused, content, or is it anxious, reactive, and overstimulated? This isn't just mindset talk. It's spiritual survival, because your thoughts, over time, become your identity. And if you don't control them, the world will do it for you. 3. The cult of constant stimulation. Imagine showing someone from 100 years ago your daily phone usage. They'd think you were possessed. The average person today switches between tasks over 1,000 times a day. That's not focus. That's mental chaos. Aurelius never had a smartphone, but he still warned, if you seek tranquility, do less. Or more accurately, do what's essential. And stop there. He believed that doing less, but with depth and intention, was more powerful than endless motion. Yet today, we confuse movement with meaning. We scroll, binge, click, and panic. But what are we actually becoming? 4. The tyranny of opinion. One of his most famous lines is this: "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Social media thrives on that contradiction. We crave validation from people we don't even know. We fear judgment from people who don't even matter. We perform, filter, and posture for attention, while losing touch with who we are. Aurelius warned that chasing the approval of the crowd is a fast way to lose your soul. He reminded himself daily, "Do not waste time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That line might be the antidote to our modern anxiety. What would you do differently if no one was watching? Marcus didn't write meditations for likes or views. He wrote them to stay sane, to anchor his soul. In contrast, we post our lives for strangers and judge our worth by the reaction of the crowd. He wrote, "Don't hanker after what you don't have. Instead, fix your attentions on the finest and best that you have, and imagine how much you would long for these if they weren't in your possession." Today's world trains us to always want more, even when we have enough. And this constant comparison has become a mental virus. Aurelius warned, envy isn't just toxic, it's irrational, because we don't see the full picture of anyone's life, only the highlight reel. 5. The addiction to more. Marcus Aurelius lived in a palace with more power than nearly anyone in human history, but he wrote like a monk. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Meanwhile, today, we chase more money, more followers, more status. Yet depression and loneliness are higher than ever. He saw it coming, because happiness was never about what we have, it was always about who we are. 6. What he'd say to you today. If Marcus Aurelius could speak to you right now, he'd likely say, stop scrolling. Start reflecting. You were not born to consume endlessly, but to live wisely, justly, and with intention. He'd tell you that discipline is freedom, that presence is power, and that every moment wasted on distraction is a theft from your future. His journal wasn't just philosophy, it was a mirror, and if you dare to look into it, you might just find the part of you that's been lost. He'd likely say, "Why do you live as if you'll never die?" And he'd mean this, not to scare you, but to wake you up. You check your phone 100 times a day, but when's the last time you checked in with your soul? He'd remind you that every wasted hour is stolen from your purpose, that chasing trends will leave you hollow, but mastering your inner world will make you powerful. He'd say the only algorithm worth studying is the one inside your mind. So what do you do with all of this? Here's a practical challenge, directly from Aurelius' mindset. Begin each morning by asking, what would a wise man do today? Guard your time like treasure, because you never know how much you truly have. Practice gratitude, not for luxury, but for your breath, your body, your ability to think. And most importantly, be ruthless with your attention, because whatever owns your focus owns your life. So ask yourself, what would Marcus Aurelius write about you? Would he see someone distracted or someone awake? It's not too late to choose. Give your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe.